Interesting story. Drones being used to deliver drugs directly to prisons. All right. Let's put it up full mass. This is an interesting saga. Obviously, it's been happening for a minute. Two drone operations flying drugs on demand into Pleasant Valley State Prison and the U.S. Penitentiary in Leavenworth were shut down last week, leading to a combined total of 10 indictments. Drones delivered not only marijuana, but K2 drugs that mimic marijuana, butane oil, amongst an assortment of other contraband. So the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Eastern District of Columbia posted a press release last Thursday announcing 4 defendants have been indicted and in one prison drug scheme. And Michael Ray, so we got Michael Ray Acosta, 48 years of age, already currently incarcerated at the Pleasant Valley State Prison. He has been charged with conspiracy to distribute drugs, so he gets a federal racketeering charge. Then you have Jose Enrique Oropeza, 34, of Colton, California. He was charged with conspiracy to own and operate an unregistered drone and a few other charges. Rosendo Ramirez, 34, of Sacramento, is charged with conspiracy to distribute drugs with an unregistered drone and several other charges compounded by the use of a firearm. And then David Ramirez Jr., 34, of Sacramento, is charged with conspiracy to distribute drugs and several other charges. So according to court documents between January 1st and December 10th of 2021, Acosta used a contraband cell phone to coordinate multiple drone deliveries of contraband into the Pleasant Valley State Prison and other prisons across the state. The attorney's office wrote, adding that the other 3 men operated the fleet of drones to deliver the drugs. There's more. Oropeza, Rosendo Ramirez, and David Ramirez Jr. flew drones over the prisons and dropped packages of contraband into the prisons. Acosta and his associates would then recover the contraband for further distribution throughout the prison population. The packages that Acosta helped to smuggle into the prisons included methamphetamine, heroin, cocaine, marijuana, cell phones, cell phone accessories, butane oil, and various other items. If convicted of conspiracy charges, the defendants face a maximum statutory penalty of 10 years to life in prison and fines up to $10 million. If convicted of possession with intent to distribute drugs, the defendants face a statutory penalty of 40 years in prison and a fine up to $5 million. Since Rosendo Ramirez is a felon and possessed a firearm, he faces additional charges. He could get an additional 10 years. So meanwhile, in a separate operation, let's put it up, in a separate operation at the U.S. Penitentiary in Leavenworth, 6 more were indicted on drug charges. All right, let's put up the names of all 6 people. Okay. They are facing an assortment of conspiracy and drug possession charges. Dale Gaver III, Melvin Edwards, already in prison on other charges, allegedly arranged with 4 more people outside of the prison to deliver drugs between August 2020 and May 2021. Drugs on demand were available, and those incarcerated could order specific drugs. That's according to the Wichita Eagle and their reporting. Okay. So let me say this. You don't have that kind of operation without inside people inside of the prison. Period. Doesn't happen. This network was not only extensive in its local or hyper local approach inside of the facility, it was also regional, multiple prisons involved. That kind of infrastructure cannot be created, maintained without the assistance of those who are in charge. Now, I'm not saying it goes all the way to the top. It may be middle management or even lower management if it is not upper management. But you cannot run this kind of operation without some level of management from those who operate the facility. It is not possible. Why? First of all, you have your aerial surveillance of all prisons. How are they flying things in? How do they know where to drop it? How do they not see individuals on the yard picking it up? It's impossible. All of these things happening for years, not possible without inside help. All right, Sharon, thoughts on this?
You know, when I order things from Amazon and you have the little filter, Dr. Richey, like you said, when same day delivery
Yeah.
by 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock, they can't even make sure that it gets there. This operation here,
Yeah.
really, okay, widespread and coordinated, highly coordinated.
Yeah, we'll see if some names drop in addition to those who are currently listed on the indictment.